U.S. aircraft carrier USS Abraham Lincoln has arrived in the Middle East, positioning itself near Iranian waters amid intensifying regional tensions and growing fears of potential confrontation. Reports indicate that the carrier reached its assigned area on the evening of January 25, marking a major military deployment as Washington seeks to project deterrence against Tehran. According to Iran International, which cited Israel's Channel 13 News, the Abraham Lincoln is now operating at an undisclosed location within range of the Persian Gulf. The same report added that a separate U.S. naval transport is carrying specialized equipment designed for missile defense operations and is currently en route to assist Israel's defense forces. Additional media outlets have stated that a THAAD air defense battery, one of the United States' most advanced anti-missile systems, is expected to arrive in Israel within the coming days to bolster regional protection. President Trump's decision to redeploy major naval assets comes amid heightened geopolitical friction and increased speculation over the possibility of a new US-Iran confrontation. 3 weeks after pledging support for Iranian anti-government protesters, Trump announced that a massive fleet was heading toward Iran, a message widely interpreted as both warning and show of force. Analysts say the US move was prompted by Iran's crackdown on protests in early January, which drew strong international criticism and calls for stronger Western action. The Abraham Lincoln was last tracked sailing through the Indian Ocean before it reportedly ceased public transponder signals while steaming toward the Arabian Sea, a standard naval security measure. Meanwhile, reports suggest that a second U.S. carrier strike group has entered the Mediterranean Sea, while a third fleet has crossed the Atlantic, signaling one of the largest American maritime mobilizations in recent years. Iran's elite military commander, Mohammad Pakpour of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, has issued a stark warning that the IRGC remains with its finger on the trigger, ready to respond to any perceived external aggression. Pakpour specifically cautioned Israel and the United States against what he called strategic misjudgment, referencing the aftermath of the 12-day war that erupted in June 2025. The commander warned that any new act of hostility against Iran would result in what he described as a more painful and regrettable fate for those responsible, underscoring Tehran's hand-on-trigger posture. In recent days, an IRGC-affiliated media outlet escalated tensions by publishing a threat claiming Iran could target and sink the USS Abraham Lincoln using newly developed hypersonic missile systems. Reports also indicate that Iran has deployed several Fateh-class and Ghadir-class attack submarines into strategic waters, a move interpreted as a direct response to the ongoing U.S. carrier buildup near its maritime borders. Analysts note that the Iranian Navy has spent years conducting drills designed to simulate attacks on large naval platforms such as aircraft carriers, refining techniques for maritime denial and asymmetric warfare. Meanwhile, Fox News reported that U.S. intelligence assessments consider the USS Abraham Lincoln Strike Group to face a credible threat from Iranian missile and drone operations now active in the region. Defense officials have further cautioned that the strike group could be targeted by a coordinated drone swarm offensive, a high-risk scenario that may severely test the limits of U.S. naval air defense systems. Cameron Chell said, quote, "By pairing low-cost warheads with inexpensive delivery platforms, essentially remotely piloted aircraft, Iran has developed an effective asymmetric threat against highly sophisticated military systems." Unquote. A senior U.S. defense official has clarified that it could take several days before American forces are in a position to carry out any potential strike against Iranian targets, signaling ongoing preparations rather than immediate action. At the same time, Washington's reported war plans are said to be encountering pushback from several key Gulf allies, many of whom remain wary of a large-scale regional conflict. Earlier, a member of Qatar's royal family publicly warned the United States that it is merely a tenant, not the owner of the strategic Al Udeid Air Base located southwest of Doha. Al Udeid remains the largest U.S. military installation in the Middle East, serving as a critical hub for air operations, intelligence, and logistics across the broader region. The Qatari royal cautioned that while shutting down the base would not harm Qatar much, it would severely cripple American power projection throughout the Gulf. The Al Udeid Air Base was previously targeted by Iranian missile units for potential retaliation during the 12-day war of June 2025, highlighting its importance in Tehran's strategic calculus. In a related development, Iraq's government confirmed on January 20 that the U.S. military had fully completed its withdrawal from remaining bases inside Iraqi territory, effectively marking the end of its 2-decade on-ground presence there.
25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that look, you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest newsmakers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the US will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HD videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.
पच्चीस करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that look, you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest newsmakers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the US will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HD videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.